Hello everyone! Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. This is my little corner of the internet where I share my life as well as books. This just became my intro by accident, I don't know. It's just what we're stuck with right now. So, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about my 2023 favorites as well as my least favorite reads of the year. I don't want to say that these are like, I can say that these are like the best books of 2023, but I cannot say that these are like the worst books. Listen, I am not a hater, and so these books are not going to be like the worst books. These are just the books that I didn't enjoy as much as others. And I don't really rate books like 1-star or 2-star at all. They are usually a 3-star, and a 3-star book is something that I would still recommend to someone else, even though like for me it was very mid and it just didn't stand out and it wasn't something like for me, I guess. Those are just the ones that I didn't enjoy. So I don't want to say that these are the worst, because they are not. We're gonna start off with my favorite reads of the year. You can let me know what your favorite reads of 2023 were down below in the comments. And also the books that you didn't end up enjoying as much as you thought that you would. We're gonna get to it. I have my story graph right here. I think I want to start with Duma Key by Stephen King, which was a fantastic read recommended to me by my brother so many times throughout the years, and I finally read it in 2023, and I have loved it so much. And I still love it so much. I recommend it to so many people, and I just I love this so much. It's very much, well, I guess people say it's horror. I wouldn't say it's horror. It's more of like fantasy in a way as well. It's very dark. It's mysterious. It's got a lot of art in it, and the talks about art and the how to paint the picture chapters are what's given it like this very magical atmosphere. And I just really liked the characters as well. Like the main character was very fun. His friend was also super cool. I really liked the setting of it, which was like obviously on an island, Duma Key. It was so good. Like I cannot tell you enough. I cannot even express like my thoughts properly to tell you just how good it was. But I do have obviously a review up on my Instagram, so if you want to check that out, it's in the description box. But it was so good. I would totally recommend. Another one would be A Court of Mist and Fury. I have not finished the Avatar series just yet. I haven't caught up on it like at all. But A Court of Mist and Fury was a very good book. It did make me tear up. It was everything. It was so good for a fantasy book. And I just really enjoyed the writing, I enjoyed the setting, I enjoyed the characters, and it was a very, very nice and welcoming and very easy to understand world. And it was so fun to see and get to know these new characters, and it was giving very good vibes, and I gave it a 5-star because it was just that good. The next book that I really loved this year was Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. And it's just something very personal, I think, because I really like the concept of the universe and like the power of your subconscious working in favor of everything, and like whatever you're saying, like becoming your reality. I truly believe in that, because I think that, you know, we're just a little speck in this entire galaxy, and it would be strange to think that this, what we know, what we logically think, was all that there is to this, you know. And so like I really enjoyed this type of books, and The Alchemist was like really so cool. And I still remember when I went to a bookstore to see if they would have it, like checking the shelves, because I just really wanted it after I finished the book. Like I was like, I need to have this one. And so I went to a bookstore. I remember that I found it on the lowest shelf between like other books smashed, right? And I was so surprised because it was so random that I looked at this lowest shelf. I would have missed it otherwise. And I was just like, that was a sign from the universe itself. And this book, very, very good. If you want to like dip your toe into something of this sort, how your mind can work for you, I would recommend this book a lot. Also, I don't have like physical copies with me. They're back at home in my hometown. And I have like a bunch of other books here, but these are not on my wrap-ups. So then I can go with Jujutsu Kaisen. There were a few volumes that I actually gave 5-star to, and those are volume 0 because Utah, volume 13, volume 15, 14, 18, 19. These are not in order, so excuse that. But Jujutsu Kaisen manga is just so good. I truly enjoy it so much. I enjoy the concept, I enjoy the characters so much, I enjoy the morally gray ones, I enjoy the complexity, I enjoy the growth. There's a lot of pain, but that is also weirdly acceptable at some point. But there's a lot going on in these, but it's a very good manga. If you want to get into, oh, would it be a good manga if you wanted to get into manga? I would, there's a part of me that wants to say yes, but I also know that this wouldn't be for everyone because there's a lot of people that actually get like really confused and lost when they read like the concepts of like the games or the curse techniques and like so the powers that they have. For a fantasy manga, this is like very good. I would truly really recommend. Another one that I gave a 5-star and I truly think was one of the best reads of the year. Like my top best read, which is Duma Key, was from January. I already read like the best book of the year in January. But another one that is like up there is The Book of Lost Tales by J.R.R. Tolkien and his son Christopher. And it's just like, this is something that you would read if you are a die-hard Tolkien fan. If you really love Middle Earth and want to find out more about how it was created, basically as the series says, is the history of Middle Earth. So this is more the people who want to know the lore, but if you're not that person, I wouldn't touch it because you're just gonna be bored. Whereas like I truly enjoyed the way that it was written. I enjoyed finding out how Tolkien was like thinking when he was writing it because there were like notes from him, and Christopher was also explaining a lot of things, and it was just so good. I truly loved this book. And I do want to get part 2 because I read only part 1. The next one, it's also manga, and it's Kubo Won't Let Me Stay Invisible, volume 12. I gave it a 5-star because of how it ended, and it was just wonderful and so cute. I truly enjoyed it so much. And it was just very much like character development. You basically follow the growth of the main character, Hiraishi, Junta, followed his growth throughout all of these volumes, and the way that it ended in volume 12 was so heartwarming. I loved it so much. It was so cute. It was everything. Like, I don't know what to tell you. It was so good. Then Spy Family volume 11, which I believe in this volume we sort of dipped back into the main plot, which was great because a lot of people said that actually the author of this manga is doing a lot of like filler chapters, which I don't really mind because I like slice of life and I love seeing like just their normal lives. But we're finally back to the like proper arc, which is the Operation Strix, and it's so good. I really love this. There isn't like any other manga I don't think that actually makes me laugh out loud, and Spy Family still does that. So I would recommend it for like comedic relief, but also for adventure and lightheartedness of it. Hell's Paradise volume 12 because I truly loved how it ended, but I'm also a little sad that it ended. It was a very good manga, and I gave the last volume a 5-star just to kind of round up the entire series because I believe that the entire series actually deserves a 5-star as a whole, even though the volumes individually never hit a 5-star rank for me. The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses, I gave volume 11 a 5-star because of how cute it was. Like, it was adorable. It's another one of those that I just really enjoy for how lighthearted they are, and I enjoy these little cute romance stories that are going on. And yeah, it's so nice seeing like these two teens figuring out like how to date and how to like express love and how to like do things together and stuff like that. It's just so sweet. It's so cute. The last two books are actually the ones that I I enjoyed so much, and they are definitely some of my all-time favorite books as well. And it's Clockwork Prince and Clockwork Princess from the Infernal Devices series by Cassandra Clare. Those are the last two books, and I just love them so much. They were so good. I just think that these characters are going to stay with me for a very long time, as much as this wasn't like something super deep or anything of the sort. And like looking back, that all of the characters like actually had like so much depth and like reasoning in the story, sort of still captured you, along with atmosphere of the read, along with like the things that were happening, the fact that it was set in England, and it was the entire vibe of the book, plus the characters, plus their stories, how they were acting towards each other and things like that. It was all just so good that on the last book, and like I think the last chapter, I was just bawling and thinking of this one character in particular, like made me tear up for a few days after, which is just crazy. But I loved this so much, and Clockwork Princess was actually like one of the books that I truly wanted to hug. I don't have it with me at the moment, but I had them in their original covers. So, and those are, I think, all of the books that I wanted to mention that were actually 5-star reads for me. But I also want to mention one that I gave a 3.52. But it's, for how many times I have thought about it ever since I've read it, I feel like I need to mention it as one of the best books that I've read this year, and that's The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. And listen, it's very complicated, but I truly enjoyed the vibe of the book so much, the atmospheric read that it was. And as much as the plot was like a little bit, it was good, but it also had like so many things about it that I just felt slowed down by, and some things felt like they were coming out of nowhere, you know. And if it weren't for the dates that we had at the beginning of some chapters, like you would be pretty lost, and some characters were like pretty hard to remember at first, but then it was because of the characters that I actually knew like at what time period we are at and where we are. But it's just, there's just something so beautiful about it and so enchanting about it that I just keep on thinking about it. And I really want to get a physical book in the pretty cover that I talked about in my end of the year book tag video, I think. I really want that original cover because I really love it. It's gonna be like a middle ground of getting to the books that I didn't really enjoy this year. So my 2.5 read, The Body in the Library by Agatha Christie, was not it for me. Like it wasn't for me. Miss Marple books are very hit or miss, and I just really didn't enjoy those. Then we have, you see, I enjoyed this one, but it's not something like super crazy good, but it's not the worst read. Curse Casting Vampiress Volume 1. It was okay. I'm interested in it because of the vampire aspect and because it's very pretty art style, and that's that. And we have The Girl I Saved on the Train Turned Out to Be My Childhood Friend, Volume 3 of the manga, because I think there's also light novels, but it doesn't really matter which volume. I just think that this series as a whole is very mid, and it's very strange. Like, I know that there's a lot of manga like that. There's like a lot of innuendos, I guess, or whatever you want to call it. Like there's a lot of things that have double meanings, and I mind those things. It's just that in this particular case, it felt very strange to read. Like it's, I don't know, it was very weird. I can't even explain it, but it was just a strange one, which is why I stopped reading, even though I was obviously interested since I read like, I think 3 or 4 volumes. And another one that I gave a 3.5 was The Witch and the Beast, but The Witch and the Beast is actually a very good manga. It's just that like the first volume was just, you know, I feel like first volumes are very hit or miss because they are introduction, hence why they feel very mid-ground. It's not that I didn't enjoy it because I love the series and I enjoy it a lot. It's just that, yeah, it was just kind of mid in the first volume. Then we have books that I gave 3.5 stars to, and that's The Wind's 12 Quarters stories. And that's, I mean, I think I already talked about this. It's because some stories are good and some stories are just very not my kind of stories. You know, they are not my cup of tea. So I did a 3.5 for the good stories that I really enjoyed, and to not like rate it anything lower for the stories that I didn't enjoy. We have A Court of Thorns and Roses. I don't think I have to say, like, the characters were annoying, and there was a lot about it that, I don't know, it was just questionable, you know? But it was like a first book, it was an introduction as well, and for what it was fine. It's just that, like, these characters really seem very dumb at times, and it's just, you know, it is what it is. Then we have the Night Circus, which I talked about. We have the Yamada-kun Volume 1 of the manga. It was also an introduction. It was okay, but I just, I don't know. There are some mangas where I really enjoy the first volume and I already know that they're going to be like super, super good. But in this case, it was also just because I think it was like a little bit slow, and the game stuff was like in that style was a little bit too cute, I think, for me at the time. That's why I rated it that much. Sam, but by Dustin Tao, which is an emotional read, but also, like I said, I would like, in my previous video, I would do some things differently about characters just so they would feel a little bit different, because just they were very strange, they were very weird. There's just some things that didn't line up well, and yeah, it's just that. Then we have 100 essays, and I agree with this again, that this isn't just the best read I've had this year, I mean last year, but it was okay, it was mid. And then we have Jujutsu Kaisen light novel Summer of Ashes and Autumn of Dust, which it was good, but it's that writing that made me give it like less stars, because it's just, it reads very young. Yeah, it's mostly because of that I've given it a 3.5. 3.75 for volume 2 and 3 of The Witch and the Beast. So this is, again, they were close to being like good in my eyes, I guess, but there was still something missing. But these were still like sort of getting into the action of the manga. I can't really blame it, like I understand it, and these are still manga that I really enjoyed. So yeah, I didn't enjoy them as much as I enjoyed my 5-star reads, let's put it like that, but I enjoyed them for what they were. I think I'm just gonna like name it my below 4-star reads, so books that I didn't particularly enjoy, or books that I would want to go in a different direction, or books that were like starters for like the series and stuff, which is why they got a lower rating or something like that. I don't think that these are bad or anything like that, because I believe that a 3-star rating is still a good rating, because it's, you know, it's a middle ground. It's something that you maybe didn't like, but someone else would actually really, really enjoy. That's the video. Let me know your favorite reads of 2023 down below, and your least favorite ones as well. Or something like a book that you wanted to enjoy but didn't, or a book that you would want go a little bit different in the end, and stuff like that. I am going to leave this video here. I hope that this made sense. I don't know. I'm gonna try and, I mean, you already know what this video is titled and what the section of the lower rated books was called, but I'm gonna try to like sort of name it well, because they are not the worst books. So I wanted to make a video of the worst books, but I just couldn't, because like I just can't. I'm not a hater. Like, I will always focus on the good parts first, and those usually in my eyes outweigh the bad ones. So I usually just can't really say that something is super bad, you know. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a like. You can subscribe down below to my channel to never miss my videos in the future. You can also turn on the bell so you get notified when I post, and I'm gonna see you in my next bookish video, which will be hopefully sometime soon. Hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a great day or night or whatever it is when you're watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!